We are back, and this is Gem Radio episode 6. I just got done playing some PD and Craze, Vincent the Owl, Corey Ironside, John Wayne, a new exclusive from Fat Caesar, and much more. And make sure you check out the set list. The link is in the description. And if you like the mix, the episode, or whatnot, make sure you leave a comment, show love, and spread the love. And on February 18th, we'll be releasing LeBre's new video for Hurry Sundown featuring D. Hayes, directed by Royal B of Wolf Council Films. So look out for that video. Now today, we have a guest, and our track as far as a year and a half ago. I was getting my coffee from the homie Jamar Jacobs, wherever the hell he's at right now. And he told me about this show that was going to be held at the Life Lab in Newark, New Jersey, and it was called the FreQshow. I didn't know what to expect. He told me a beat show. I'd never been to a beat show in my life. And I walked in, I saw the dope visuals from Fat Blood. The people in the crowd was feeling it. The vibe was unmatched from any show that I've ever been to. The standouts that I always liked from the show was, Jamar Jacobs, Nuisance, Brain Orchestra, Mr. Arcade, and this man who's had plenty of dope projects such as Kid Dynamite, Bloodsport, and Dusty Rhodes. So I'd like to welcome this man to the show. Good Food. How you doing today, sir?
Hey, what's up, bro? I'm pretty good, man.
Yo, man. So, man, I heard about the FreQshow like about a year ago. Like, what's considered like your style of like production?
Oh man. Well, at that time, it was definitely like boom bap driven. Hard drums, samples. A lot of digging. But as of right now, I've been like just experimenting a lot more than ever. So you're definitely gonna catch me just playing shit that's like, I don't even know what to call it, but a lot of this shit now, it's like no samples, just composing my own sounds,
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with litigations and people wanting to sue for sample usage and shit.
I'm trying my best to like put together sounds that sound like samples and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Have that illusion, but I don't know, man. It's just feel good music. The best thing I can describe, something that you can like drive to, you can wake up to, you can sleep to,
Most definitely.
Things that capture emotions.
Right. So how did you get the name Good Food?
I've had it for a minute. It literally originated as like an AOL screen name from when I was like a kid. I probably wasn't even producing at that time. But yeah, Good Food, Jose. And then from there, it's an acronym. I like broke it down. And I just had it ever since, man.
So what's the acronym for Good Food?
It stands for Guiding Our Own Dreams and Finding Out Our Destination.
Word.
Yeah, man.
Dope.
Thanks, man.
Now, from what I've seen from like in your Instagram, the name Good Food coincides with something else. You seem to be a foodie in some way, shape, or form. Like you be like,
oh yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Even though I don't look like it and stuff like that, but
no, you had the perfect weight to do it. So you can be a foodie all you fucking want.
I hear you. I don't know, man, because like with me, food and music, they just coexist. They're like in the same thing for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to music for me, like I'm not gonna like intake anything that I don't want to listen to. Same thing with food. I'm not gonna eat it if I don't like it. So with me, food and music are like, hand in hand for me.
So I want to know, like, what are your favorite, the top 3 spots, and what's your favorite dish from those spots that you like to go to?
My top 3 spots right now. Okay. There's definitely a spot because I live in Jersey City right now. There's definitely there's definitely a spot up in the Heights. This spot originally I know it from Patterson, but they have one in the Heights. It's called Kikiriki. It's like this Peruvian like Chinese fusion kind of food. I can definitely recommend you. I would say the number 9, which is like the chicken and the pork ribs. If you eat pork, if not, I'm sorry, but yo, they do, and they have like this sauce over there. This is like next level. This is like it's supremely next level. It's like it's amazing. Definitely Kikiriki is up in the heights. Let me see what else. There's this corner store. It's like a little like deli type of thing, but they sell this flounder sandwich that's just like rocking. It's super cheap, and it's just amazing. It's simply amazing, and you wouldn't probably even expect it from like the spot that it looks like, but it's not even on the menu. So it's like if you go in there try to look for it, you're not gonna see. You gotta ask for it.
Damn, that's
for real. So like if you go in there, like you're gonna see burgers on the menu. You'll see like a turkey sandwich, but you will not see the flounder in there unless you ask for it, and like they'll make it for you, guaranteed.
These places having fucking In-N-Out burger secret menus and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Oh man, that's what I'm all about, man. That's what I'm all about right there, bro. The secret stuff. The last one. Let me see. I would probably have to, because I go to this spot almost like every day, because it's like literally like across the street is this like Dominican restaurant, and they sell everything, just Dominican home cooked food, everything from like mango to like rice and beans and stuff like that. But they have a really good like chicken soup that I like love and shit like that. It's like $5 with like a rice, and it's like, you can't go wrong with that right there.
Can't go wrong with the price too, my nigga.
Not at all, man. Not at all. So everything that I mentioned is definitely like under $10.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it's supremely good. I wouldn't steer nobody wrong.
Yeah, I think you should be going around and like going to mad dope food spots and like showing people how to live under a certain amount of money.
Oh man, trust me, man.
And have your beats playing in the background as advertisement. So
yeah, absolutely. Not for real though. Like, I don't know if you remember back in the day, Ghostface Killer, he had something like that similar on like MTV. He had he had like, you can get some snacks for like under $5 or something like that. I really want to do like an idea like that, like getting meals under $10 or like something like that, because I'm always going around, but I need to get the right team together, like with the videos and stuff like that, and a nice editor. Like that takes time, and somebody who's willing to at least like do it for free, and like it's like minded. So yeah, man, that's something that I would love to do regardless.
Hey, I think anybody who's in the FreQshow should be hiring interns by now. They have like successful ass shows and shit like that. So
sure, I hear you.
I think I should be having interns for like
makes sense,
like side deals, side projects and shit like that, just to better the brand and everything that y'all are doing right now. So, growing up, like, how'd you get into music?
Honestly, it does. I can't even say that like. Well, music was always definitely around, but like when I first started making beats, I would say it was because of like my cousins and stuff like that. They were rapping and stuff, and I definitely felt like I wanted to create, but I didn't know if rapping was my thing. Yeah, right. And it really wasn't. Trust me, it really wasn't. It really wasn't. It wasn't until like I met this kid. His name is Angel. He showed me how to get this one software, and it's still out there, and it's called ModPlug. Yeah, MOD Plug. It was like the first software I ever fucked with, like trying to use, like, making beats and stuff like that. And you can't sample on this thing or nothing. It's literally like 8-bit sounds. It's like music to make for like old school video games, and the software is still out there. You can get it for free. Yeah, I started on that, and then like I really didn't know what like sampling was and stuff like that until I met like other friends, and they would tell me and stuff. So then like I like started getting into that world. But it wasn't until like I would say like 14, I was like 14 and stuff like that when I started like just like I just dove into the music. It wasn't serious until like years later, but that's when I like kind of first started dabbling and stuff. And there's not too many musicians in my family either, like besides like my uncle. who was like this trained guitarist, and like my cousin Charlie, who plays like the guida. But they all do Spanish music. I'm the only one who does like hip hop and whatnot.
So like, you know, like me was growing up, like what type of music was being played in the household and stuff like that?
Oh, everything from like boleros, which is like Spanish stuff, salsa, merengue, bachata. No English music, because my mother's from like Dominican Republic, and so is like my father. So it's like it's all Spanish. Everything was Spanish, you know.
Yeah. So how old were you when you started making beats?
I had to be like 13, 14. I started making beats. I didn't really start taking it serious like until like a little after high school and stuff. Like that's like around 18, 19, 20 years old. That's when I like really started like I was like, you know what, like this is what I'm like gonna do. Like this is the goal right here, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah.
So who are your favorite beat makers, producers? You know, like what's your top 3, and what's your favorite beat from those guys?
Oh man, that's hard, man.
Damn.
All right. Number 1, I'm gonna have to go with Madlib.
Yes.
Yeah, Madlib definitely. My favorite beat from Madlib. Shit, man, I can't. It's too many, man. I probably might have to do like album with Madlib or something.
Yeah. No, album's good because I always say like the Blue Note project is usually one of my favorite projects from Madlib.
Oh man, that's amazing, bro. If I would have picked something from there, it'd be Mystic Bounce.
Thank you. It would have been that too.
Yeah, shit. You know, like that shit is great. The Mad Villain stuff is great. The Mind Fusion stuff is great. It's a lot. Number 2, I'm gonna pick Danger Mouse.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick.
He's underrated. He's underrated.
Yeah, like he rarely gets like that kind of credit, and like he'll go from everything from like boom bap hip hop to like this like really just like eccentric pop music from like the stuff that he did with Gnarls Barkley. And
we need another one of those.
Yeah, man, absolutely. You know, and to the stuff that he did with Broken Keys. I'm sorry, like the Black Keys. Yeah, and like. And then the stuff that he did, like sampling, like, you know, just mix mashing like that Jay-Z and like the Beatles stuff. It was like that shit was like supremely next level right there.
That was the first time I got really exposed to him. I was very young at the time. And
right.
This, like he just mastered. He made it's called the White Album or something like that.
The Gray Album.
The Gray Album. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, the Gray Album. And I found it at some bootlegger spot, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna fuck with that shit, and it was dope. And
wait, you actually picked up like the project?
Yeah.
Wow.
Somewhere.
Wow.
It was hard. I had a bootleg spot that had everything. I had Purple Haze 2 years before it came out.
No, that's a classic right there, man.
Yeah, but it was like an old version of it because I guess they, it got leaked out, and they just made a whole new one.
Gotcha. And then for my last producer, I might have to go with Alchemist.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, cause like Alchemist, man, like I tell a whole bunch of people, man, like Alchemist is like the hardest working producer in hip hop, like right now, and probably has been for like such a long time. Like taking the time out to do like all these shows, and then like doing tours, and like then actually like making beats, and then like on top of that, like doing like 5 to 6 albums like a year. He dropped like 5 projects last year.
Yeah, right
like
now.
Alone, and then like every beat was like insane, and then to actually like, and then the time consuming that it takes like for actually like the digging process, because like I know like when I dig, like I go in for like days, like I probably wouldn't even make beats for days. I'm just digging for shit or just listening, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But like all that takes account, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm like, yo, this guy's like too good, man.
Yeah, like right now, like I'm looking forward to the project got coming out with Westside Gunn and Conway called Hall and Nash 2. It's gonna be pretty. I hope it's dope. Man.
Oh, so he's producing Hall and Nash too?
Yes, he's producing the whole thing entirely.
Oh my goodness, man! Fuck.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So one of the projects that got my attention first was Kid Dynamite. I know you had like the day project and the night project.
Yeah, I took those down though.
Damn, you did? Fuck.
Yeah.
So
I still have them though.
Hey man, why did you take them down?
Because like when I put out those beats, like those were like beats that were like a lot older.
Yeah.
you know, it was like a span of like 5 years that I made beats. So I ended up doing like, I did 2 projects. I ended up splitting them in 2. I did it's called leftover because there were beats that were left over, you know. So so I did a nighttime edition and I did a daytime edition, you know, beats that you can listen to in the daytime, because like for me, like there's beats that have like that give you a different feeling whenever the time of the day it is. So so I did 2 versions, but then I was like, you know what, because like my sound just kept like, it just kept changing, and like the mixing aspect and stuff like that, and like I didn't want people to like listen to this stuff and then maybe think differently from like if they first hear that compared to the stuff that I have now. So I was like, I feel like I don't know,
people start saying like, oh, I like this version of stuff better, like,
right. So I was like, so I didn't want to get that stuff like getting confused and stuff like that, but I still have it, you know. I still, you know, give it out to the couple people if they want it and stuff, you know. I still get asked for it, honestly, but yeah. Kid Dynamite.
Kid Dynamite, like, when I heard that, you know, you had like a whole series of like conceptual beat tapes, like, you know, you had Bloodsport, Dusty Rhodes,
right? They're always kind of conceptual.
So like, are these styles any indication that you like boxing, wrestling, and cult favorite movie star Jean-Claude Van Damme and shit like that?
I mean, to be honest with you, like, yo, when I did like the whole when I did that whole little series like with Kid Dynamite, you know Mike Tyson, and you know he's a ferocious fighter, you know, he's gonna go in, he's coming for blood, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't want to be in the ring with that man, you know. So no. So I'm taking the same aspect of like him, like being the type of man that he is in boxing. I'm taking the same mindset of that and using it and applying it to beat making. Like, you know, like if you coming at me like with the beats or anything, like you're not fucking with me. You are not. Like I'm gonna shred you apart. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know, same thing with Bloodsport. It was like my whole mindset was just like strictly like it's straight like I'm going full brutality on you. Like I'm going straight fatality. Like it's just fighting. It's just gonna be ferocious, in your face. That was my whole thing about like Kid Dynamite, and then to Bloodsport, you know, with the Jean-Claude Van Damme and like the martial arts and the fighting, and then the same thing. And then I finished it off with Dusty Rhodes, like, you know, wrestling and stuff like that. And all that stuff also is just like stuff that like I was just a fan of that also, like, you know, when I was younger and stuff.
Yeah. So pretty much you were like a fan of most of that stuff, the sports.
Oh no, absolutely, man. I love boxing and stuff like that, man, you know?
Yeah, like I said, like if you're not like into like, you know, I don't know if you ever watch like WWE or anything like that, or if you're not into that, you're not into like watching it because it seems like the same shit, I recommend watching Ring of Honor in New Japan. I'm just telling you, like,
say that one more time.
So I would recommend, like, if you don't want to watch anything that's WWE or anything like that, I would recommend Ring of Honor or New Japan Wrestling.
New Japan Wrestling?
New Japan, most definitely, because they had this show called Wrestle Kingdom. It was like 5 hours long, but it was fucking incredible. Like, all the matches were incredible. Oh shit! And wow. I think you should check into that shit, man. It's really dope. So, you know, how did your inclusion into the Freak Show come about? Like, how did you get together with you guys?
Well, you know Crack, right?
Yes. Well, I don't know him, but I know who
Crack. You know who he is? Okay. Well, I've known Crack for like a couple years and stuff like that, and they wanted to get like pretty much a collective going, or something started about like, you know, with beat shows and stuff like that, you know, get people, you know, hip to that kind of stuff, because it was definitely coming out here, you know, and it was already here, you know, it was already happening in New York, you know. So yeah, Crack, he knew I made beats. He knew I was still making beats and stuff like that. So, you know, he invited me out to do a beat set or whatever. But that first show was not the initial Freak Show event. Like the whole thing about it, like talking about being a collective, it like there was no actual talk about it. Like this is who we're gonna be. You know, it almost came about like so naturally that nobody spoke about it, and then we all kind of just like gravitated towards each other, and like this is like what became the Freak Show. You know?
Wow. So
if that makes any sense.
No, it does. And I always wanted to know, like, could you have imagined, like, fast forward to right now, like, could you imagine at that moment, where the movement is right now, like how crazy these shows are with the audio visuals and everything, and how it is now? Could you imagine it getting to this point?
Oh man, I tell my girl all the time. I'm like, yo, I've accomplished already whatever I needed to accomplish with music. Everything else now is just extra. It's like, I'm still happy to be here, still inspired to keep creating. But nah, I would never have expected myself to be a part of a collective, like, such great artists and stuff like that.
And
nah,
the vibes that are like in this show, like it's like going to a concert, to be honest. That's like,
yeah, pretty much, man.
For like a lot of money being put behind, making sure there's visuals, making sure people are captivated. Like,
right.
I would have never thought no shit like that. Like when I came in there for the Life Lab and everything like that, I've never been in a Life Lab before. So
right.
So when I come in there and I see that shit, I was like, what the?
Yeah, that shit was like supremely next level. That was like probably like one of the best shows, like one of the most fun shows, I should say, that I did play.
Yeah.
That was a real memorable one, definitely.
Yeah, man. Like, but did you used to live in Newark at one time?
Yeah, I lived at the Life Lab.
You really lived there? Shit.
Yeah, I lived there. Yeah, like when that show happened,
wow.
like that was like I was living there at that time. Like that was my house.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know people.
Yeah,
I didn't know people could live there. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was our thing. Yeah, I lived there for like a small period of time, for a couple months, and then I ended up moving to Jersey City, near the West Side area, and then I moved back to Newark, to downtown Halsey Street.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was there for a couple months, and now I'm back in Jersey City.
Wow, you're back in the West Side area?
No, I'm over here in. No. Well, I was living in the Heights for like a month, and then something happened, and I had to leave, and then I moved a little closer to the Bergen Lafayette area. You know that area?
Oh yeah, I'm like clearly near that area, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm right off Communipal. Yeah.
Wow, I live on Clinton. Damn, you're really close as shit.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. I know where you're by. Yeah.
Oh man, I just told everybody my damn long fucking address, so I'm not making sure I'm taking this shit out.
Nah, I think you'll be alright. I think we'll be okay.
No, we'll be great. We'll be great. People, at the end of the day, like previously I mentioned about the Life Lab, and I heard they shut it down some time ago.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, I heard some things about the Seed Gallery, about like their owners being kind of racist and shit like that.
Oh man,
I've heard about that. I don't know. I heard it from Jamar Jacobs one time. I don't believe. I don't believe him all the time. I just want to make sure. But there's like a shift going. There's a shift going on in Newark, and businesses are starting to be less receptive of hip hop related events and try to phase them out. I don't really know what's really going on, but I've been hearing some things.
Well, I don't know so much about like people not being so receptive of hip hop, because I know for a fact that this spot called The Cage.
Oh yeah, it used to be coffee.
Well, the dude who used to own it, he now owns The Cage. The Coffee Cave ended up turning into something else, which I always forget what it is. But the dude who used to own Coffee Cave has a spot now called The Cage, and they do events from everything. They had horror there. They've had Catch the Dead Man there. They've had Moroof there. They do. I don't know if it's like a monthly thing or like I'm not sure, but I know they have like a couple events, like this thing called Vibes After Dark, which ranges from everything from like from bands to rock to hip hop. So hip hop is still, I would say, still pretty strong in Newark. The only thing that's lacking over there definitely are the venues.
That's what I'm talking about, pretty much.
Yeah, like Seed Gallery, I don't know what they're doing. It's been a while since I've even stepped foot in there. I know they're starting to do shows at this one skate shop called Underground Skate Shop.
Okay.
to do shows like down in their I think their basement area.
A lot of people are starting to do that shit. With the
Yeah.
basement shit.
Yeah, for real. I mean, whatever works, you know.
Yeah, as long as it's an outlet for people to express themselves with their music, and
Right.
stuff like that. As long as that's there and it's not being like, because there's a lot of this shit going on in Jersey City with
Yeah, there is.
downtown not really wanting hip hop to be down there. It used to be a time when it was, and then
Right.
What was it? What's it called? The Dopeness. I used to do events over there, and then of
What
course,
was the spot that held it?
What happened?
What was the name of the place that held it?
I had a spot that I go to called. It used to be called the Dopeness. Now it's called the Citizen. Now.
Okay. That's the name of the actual spot.
Yeah, the spot's called the Dopeness, but now I think they bought out the owners, and they call it the Citizen now. But what I hated about when they bought it out because Kanye West supposedly came to one of the open mics.
Oh, okay.
in
I've heard
spot.
about that. Heard about that.
And they pretty much invested in this place, but then they didn't want the certain crowd,
yeah.
to be at that place.
What's that one place downtown?
I've been hearing about this place called Miss Wong's or some shit.
Nah. Miss Wong's is new. But like, there's this one place they used to cater to hip hop. And I think Jamar used to DJ there.
Oh, you mean LITM?
Yes. But now it's
Look, the thing about LITM, they never had like performers and stuff like that. They had DJs DJ,
Okay, I see.
sets and stuff like that.
I know Transmission. They welcome all types of crowds.
Oh yeah, Transmission is pretty dope. I've been there one time, but the one time I was there, somebody tried to bring in a giant bottle of E&J and fucked the whole party up for everybody. And
man, nah, you can't do that, man. Not there.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all guys gotta get y'all shit together. Y'all know damn well they don't like hip hop down here. Y'all fucking up the whole movement.
It's so bad, man. It's like, damn, bro. It's like, man. But
it be the people who are not really the rappers or anything like that. It just be the regular people that fuck it up.
Regular people and stuff, and it's like, shit, man. It's like, I know y'all want to come out, but like, yo, just do this shit be mindful real quick.
Do this shit for us.
Yeah, like, like, don't get it fucked up for us, man. Like, damn, like we trying to do stuff out here.
Shit, man. So, pretty much. Who would you like to work with musically? Anybody on the local scene that you're feeling? Anybody that's mainstream, underground? Who would you like to work with?
Let's see. In the local scene, like around here, I would definitely like to. I would definitely like to work with these two guys. I've definitely heard their music, PDX Craze.
Oh, I fuck with them. I could actually link you up with those guys, to be honest.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they've got some great stuff. I know, like, I would definitely like to do some stuff with Conundrum. I know you heard of Conundrum.
Yes, I have. I haven't heard none of their I've heard some of their music, but I need to get a real link to all their music. I've been hearing.
They just dropped their project not too long ago, like a couple of days ago. Yeah, it's called Social Music. It's pretty good, man. It's great. All original stuff, no covers. Damn.
That's good. I kept hearing covers from them, and I was like,
right. Nah, this stuff is all original music. I was highly impressed.
Good.
For mainstream stuff, I mean, I don't really listen to too much mainstream, but if I could get I've been trying to get some work done with Conway.
Oh,
because he's been my friend Rick, he's been talking to him and stuff like that. But yeah, he's asking for too much.
What do you mean asking for too much?
He's asking for money and stuff, and it's it's a little too much, and it's you're great, but it's I'm I don't have that type of money.
Damn, wait a minute. They're paying. Wait, I'm very confused. Wait a minute.
Well, I want to work with Conway, right?
Right.
Like my friend Rick and this guy Conway, they have a little relationship, and he's willing to work, but the thing is that Conway wants to get paid.
I thought it was the other way around, but okay.
Yeah, no. Usually it is. Usually it is. But like in the position that Conway is in, compared to the position that I'm in, you know, yeah.
Oh fuck. There's
right.
There's no point in pursuing an interview with Westside Gun and Conway at this point in this damn lifetime. Fuck.
Oh man.
If they asking for money like that, shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, like your beats speak for itself. I think.
Right.
I think people could really like go over that shit and make some dope work over that shit. Like, so I'm just like, Westside Gun. I'm sorry, Conway. Good Food. That shit would probably be an ill ass project, to be honest.
Yeah, it would. I already see it happening. Like I have like beats specifically for him to like rap over. Once he told me that, like, yeah, he was down. I was like, I made like a couple beats. I would have been sent them shits and stuff like that. But yeah, the money's not there yet, which is like damn. But I'm sure. I'll probably link up with him and stuff like that. Anything I've like set my mind to, I've accomplished pretty good. So I'm sure we'll probably cross paths. If sooner not later.
Oh shit!
And I'll have something with me.
Well, hey man, be hopeful for it, man. Like, hopefully you get.
Yeah, that would be great, man. That would be great.
You get something coming to you, man. Like at the end of the day, you're talented at what you do, and if anybody who's in like the underground scene will probably fuck with you the most.
Right.
You have that sound. So,
right.
What are your plans for the future? Are you, planning on like doing tours? Like, when will FreQshow go on like a worldwide tour of what they have going on?
Oh man, whenever maybe like we get a booking agent that wants to book us all around the world. Because we do everything ourselves, man. Every show that we've probably gotten has either been like one of us, getting the venue, or like Fat Blood getting the space, and then like we'll fill it in and stuff like that. I don't know. We're still striding. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still gonna keep this going. As far as for me though, like for future stuff, I'm definitely dropping a tape. And like in the next like upcoming weeks, I would say maybe like 30 tapes. It's a small limited run of tapes. I got a vinyl coming out in the next couple months. I'm prepping that up, real soon. I've got work coming out with my friend Dre Doso. Hopefully, he's like I've given him a couple beats. Yeah, just more beats and stuff like that, just more artwork, more. I've been fucking with the collage stuff.
I forgot to ask you about that. Yo, that shit is dope as fuck. I'm like, yo, when did you start doing that?
I mean, that stuff I just kind of just started doing. I mean, I still do it for fun. It's just stuff that I just do like on my downtime when I'm like not making beats, or like not like digging and stuff, or like everything, all that stuff is like when I was like it just comes from when I was like just a young kid, like 3rd, 4th grade and stuff like that. I used to do collages for fun in art class. It's just it's almost the same thing, except me actually just cutting stuff out. I'm just putting things on my phone and stuff like that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with like hip hop for me. Sampling, cutting and pasting, chopping it up. It's like all the same shit for me. I see it all the same.
Wow. So, last question: when people hear or see the name Good Food, what do you want people to think?
When people hear or see the name Good Food,
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of pretty self-explanatory.
It's kind of self-explanatory.
They hear it. It's like, but
That's from my experience.
I would like. I mean, for the most part, like, you know, the reaction that I get from people when they see the name or they hear the name Good Food, you know, they either gonna get like, oh, am I a cook? Am I a chef or something? You know, and then it's like,
I was about to ask, like,
you know?
everybody ever look at the FreQshow flyer and see Good Food? They'd be like, oh, snap, they're gonna serve good food at the fucking event, like.
I mean, that's happened, you know, for me personally. Like, there was like, oh, so you're like a chef, and it's like, no, I make music, I do beats, or I do this, and but the reaction is pretty funny though. It's pretty good. I like it though, you know.
Yeah, so you're out here making food for your ears, people's ears.
That's exactly what it is, man. You know.
Exactly, and once again, thank you for being on Gem Radio. And not only that, I think you have a mix that you're gonna be doing for.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I'm gonna.
What people got to expect?
Oh man, mix? Well, you know, it's gonna be like a half and half. You know, some stuff is gonna be like shit that you can probably like dance to, and then stuff that you can just like maybe just smoke out to, you know, just chill out to and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a little like half and half.
Word up, man. And also, like, plug in your social medias, your projects that you have coming out. You know, but let's get the people you get to really know Good Food on a social media level.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely. My Instagram, my Twitter, my SoundCloud, my Facebook page. It's all Good Food Music, all one word, all together. You know. Good Food Music at Good Food Music. I have this tape coming out when this illustration gets done. You know, hopefully it's in the next, you know, couple days. I've been waiting since like December and shit like that. It was supposed to been drop. Yeah, I know, but you know, things happen. It's called Popular Drink. You know, I've been giving people so much food. You know, I got to give you something to drink to wash it down. So I'm gonna give people a project called Popular Drink.
Word.
I've got the vinyl as of yet. I have a name for it, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. It's tentatively titled "A Taste of Sound." You know, and that hopefully should. Huh?
You might end up changing. It.
Yeah, I mean, like I always think about like the names of projects and stuff like that. You know, like stuff like that always comes to me pretty good. But I try to keep it, you know, like something like food related or like, you know, just conceptual, you know, like, or something, you know, but everything is always going to be conceptual so it can make sense.
Right. You know, man, thank you, man, for being on Gem Radio episode 6. We're going to get into this mix. And we're going to get into this mix, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time.